Well, hello and welcome back to part two. And this is trying to think of a name for this series, a kitchen unboxing series. Anyway, I'm just having a cup of coffee here and I just received a few Amazon deliveries. So I'm going to do a couple live unboxings and my live stream is just going live. So I can just always leave that on to make sure my sound and everything's working. So I just received a Amazon delivery today, and this is going to be a Stratux ADSB in portable ADSB receiver for aviation. And I'll spare the long story, but at EAA AirVenture Oshkosh, I got swindled on a deal for a Garmin GDL 52, which is the top of the line ADSB receiver that you can get. It comes with ADSB in traffic and weather, plus you also get Sirius XM capability to download satellite weather through Sirius XM. So I was walking by the Sirius XM booth and they had the GDL 52, which I was going to go look at the Garmin booth. And I'd looked at some of the others, trying to think of all their names, but there's the Stratux, which is the one I've got some familiarity with, which is very similar to what this is. This is kind of a budget version of the Stratus, totally different company and everything. And then there's Sentry, there's a little one called the Spot, I think is what it's called, and it's made by Avionics. And then there's iLevel has the Astro Plus. So some of them don't work with the Sentries, and the Astro Plus don't work with Android, and I have an Android phone. So I use Android tablet and Android phone. I just don't care for Apple, and so that's that. So a lot of the products work with Apple. So I was walking by the Sirius XM booth. They had the Garmin product on display and set up. And so what happened was they said, hey, if you buy it during the show here, you can buy it from some of the vendors like Sporties and Pacific or Gulf Coast Avionics. They're the same people like that. So they said there's a deal if you buy it here at the show and submit your paperwork and everything, you'll get $400 back from SiriusXM when you activate the service and pay for 2 months. You get 3 months free plus a $400 rebate. And the Garmin GDL 52 it was about $1,350 is what the price was. So the other products are all around $700-ish, $700 to $800. There's a few that are in the $300. This little Spot thing is, I think, $275 from Avionics, and it's just a little thing. You have to provide power to it, which it can be an issue. I mean, you either have to bring a portable battery pack or plug it into a USB or a 12 volts or something in the airplane. And not every airplane has that. The planes that I fly where I need portable ADSB in, some of them don't have the power source. Some of them do. I was flying one the other day as a 172, older carb 172, and it does have a couple of USB jacks and a 12 volt. So, but planes of certain vintage have been modified so many times that some of those things have been taken out. Some modern things like USB ports have not been added. I'll be flying a plane tomorrow that's a modern 172S Skyhawk with modern avionics. So in theory, I should have ADSB in. However, it could be that it's not working or something. So I just always want to have the option. I fly in busy airspace, Class B airspace, and with a lot of traffic, a lot of airline traffic, and a lot of corporate jets and little guys zipping around. The other day I was flying, there was a guy going the wrong way. The tower was yelling at him, "You're going the wrong way." And then the guy was answering every call they were making to other flights coming and going. And I couldn't even, based on what they were saying at that point, I couldn't figure out where the guy was. And once I got home, I actually pulled up the audio on live ATC, and it took me a few minutes listening to that to figure out where he was. And it was crazy. But in that type of airspace, somebody that out of touch is just frightening, but it happens a lot. And so I want the best chance. And this guy was flying a high performance airplane too, because he had, after all of that, he then had a stuck mic, and he was holding his button down, and he was doing his checklist, and he was landing gear and speed brakes and all this stuff. So, he was flying a pretty high performance plane. I never figured out what it was. Based on the tail number, it kind of sounded like a Mooney factory tail number, but I'm not 100% sure. But man, so, and that particular day I was flying without ADS-B, and it really kind of gives you a sickening feeling for a moment while you're not sure what's happening or what's going on with other people. And so, and then I was flying into a small uncontrolled airport that same day, and there was somebody else talking on the radio, and I asked them if they were at the airport I was at, because it sounded like that's what they said, but they were, again, their radio calls were atrocious. They were not clear, and they weren't communicating to be understood. They were just communicating because somebody told them you got to make these radio calls. So that's a big problem in uncontrolled airports. People are just blabbing out communication, but they're not trying to be understood for safety, for other people to know where they are. So I asked this guy, I said, "Are you at this airport that I was at and are going into?" And he came back, and it just came up, kind of got a garbled response. And I was like, I don't know if this guy's here or not. But flying blind without ADS-B today, especially in busier airspace, busier parts of the world, it's just really uncomfortable, and I don't like it. And I just, I flew for a lot of years, and never before ADS-B was invented, and before iPads and tablets and everything else. So, but the deal that happened at Oshkosh was I was supposed to get 3 months free service from SiriusXM plus a $400 rebate when I activated, and paid for 2 months. So the 2 months they require you to pay for are like $60 plus taxes and fees and everything else. So you pay more than $120 to get $400 back. And then Garmin was supposed to give me a $100 rebate, which I went to their booth, submitted it right there. It wasn't like really friendly customer service there. And then the guys at Sirius said, "Hey, are you a member of AOPA?" I'm like, "Yeah." They go, "Well, as an AOPA member, you get 3 more months of free service when you activate your SiriusXM." And they said the way it would work is I would get 3 months free service from SiriusXM. I would be charged the 2 months of service for the satellite, and then I'd get 3 more months free being a member of AOPA. And then plus a $400 rebate plus a $100 rebate from Garmin. So $500 rebate off of I think the sale price was $12.90. So that got the price down close to the other competitors, the other more expensive competitors. So and the whole satellite thing, I long term, I don't know. Right now, I probably wouldn't use it or wouldn't need it. But if they had a trial deal that I could have, so I would have had 6, 7, 8 months of satellite service, I would have used it for sure. But would I need it? I talked to other people, and everybody's like, "You don't need, not the kind of flying we do, don't need it." But yeah, okay, so maybe down the road, if let's say I bought an old Mooney and I was doing more a pre G1000 era Mooney, something that maybe doesn't have ADS-B in. So this would be a solution for that. And I might be busting through some cloud layers and stuff on an IFR flight plan, going in and out of Seattle or somewhere. So it's possible. And then, so anyway, the long story short was none of that happened. When I called to activate the item, the SiriusXM people were like, this is a car radio. You don't qualify for the AOPA. They said it was a reactivation, like it was a used unit. It looked like it had been opened and maybe used or demonstrated when I got it from Sporties. Sporties said there would be no sales tax on it at the show. and then there was sales tax on it at the show, which was like $60, almost $70 in sales tax. So, I mean, that's another $70 on top of all the other costs that made it a less competitive option. So what I've done is I ordered this on Amazon, the Stratux. It's by a company called CrewDog Electronics. You can order it on Amazon. They've got a few different versions. They have an external GPS. This is the internal GPS. And then I think that's the antenna. And then the other thing you can do is you can order a kit and build this yourself, which I didn't want to do that. So if something went sideways with the build or something, I wouldn't be. That's not my department. So I'm somewhat technical, but I don't want to be building my avionics that I'm going to use to to save my life potentially. Some people might really be into that, and it's just not me. So I have a unopened Amazon box here. If I can get into it here. Let's see if I can also not stab myself live. Good. Okay. And there we go. Okay, so let's get into this thing. So comes boxed up here. It's a little bit of paper to protect it. Set that aside. And down on the bottom of the box is another package. There's instructions here. Oh, so you have to go to crewdogelectronics.com/ADSB for the instructions. Okay. And what I might do is let's just open it and see. And let's see what we got here. For starters. Okay, and then, okay, so we have, thank you for your support, U.S. Air Force veteran, U.S. Navy veterans. Thank you for supporting my small business and keeping jobs in the USA. CrewDog Electronics is 100% veteran owned and operated. So that's cool. Started my aviation career flying tankers in the Air Force and went on to instruct in the military as CFII. I believe ADSB helps us all fly a little safer. My team assembles and tests each unit before shipping, and we may take great deal of pride in our work. I believe our ADS technology should be available to every pilot to help fly safer at an affordable cost. Stratus supports multiple flight bag software platforms and embraces an open source model. Your purchase helps fund future development of the Stratux product. Amazon product feedback keeps my business running, means the world to me. Contact us below for help. Okay, I like it when I buy things on Amazon and they tell you exactly how to reach them and contact them, because a lot of times trying to get customer service on Amazon or their sellers is difficult. So getting started, we use minimal packaging to reduce environmental impact and waste. Visit crewdogelectronics.com for a short setup video, 90-day warranty, registration, and product tips and support. Need help? Email support@crewdogelectronics.com or text a certain number. We assemble and test each unit by hand in the USA. I like that. Please contact us if you have any issues before making a return, and we will make it right. Screw antenna into the gold ports, matching with 978868 for FLARM, and 1090 labels on base of antenna. Okay, so we'll get to that. There's some real quick start kind of setup instructions, and then you can go to their website. They have looks like they have on their website instructions as well. And then visit CrewDog Electronics to register your extended 90-day warranty, and for support. Common fixes are also on our YouTube channel videos. I like it. I like YouTube videos to help me. So here's the power bank, which this is where this thing is just a little bit goofy. It doesn't have an internal battery, so this item here is it's a holder of sorts. It's open. So it's not sealed. I don't know if it's supposed to be sealed or not. And here's 1, 2, 3, 4 suction cups and a little Ziploc baggie that is it's sealed. So I look at them. With my recent experience, I like to really check things out and see if things are new. So here's the actual CrewDog Stratux ADSB receiver. It's wrapped in somewhat sealed with tape, sticky tape, in a bubble wrap, but it does say on there, CrewDog Stratux ADSB receiver. Okay, and it says front. Okay, there's a CrewDog Velcro strap. I like the name CrewDog. It's kind of cool. Here's what I'm thinking is a USB and it's from a. I can never remember which USB is which, but there's a big USB and a small USB on each end. So, and here are the antennas, which are actually much smaller in person. They look gigantic online when you look at the. I'll try to remember to put a link to the product page on Amazon on this video, but these antenna, when you see it online, they look like they're this big, bigger than me. But when you actually hold them up, they're pretty small. A CrewDog remove before flight keychain, which I was, as a joke, I've got about 100 of these remove before flight type keychain things from a bunch of different companies. And then also just thrown in the bag at the bottom of the bag is it's an adapter for the SD card. So I assume the SD card is already, there must be a micro SD card already installed in here. So that's cool. So now what we need to do is read the instructions. And I forgot to turn off my scanner, so hopefully there's not much chatter. So, okay, so, oops. All right, so I'm going to set aside the parts and then figure out how to assemble this thing. I really don't have a ton of time to be doing this, but I'm going to do it anyway. Okay, screw antenna into the gold ports, matching with 978 and 1090 labels on base of antenna. Oh, okay, so here we go. The antenna, oh, what happened? What happened? Oh, that's weird. Huh. Yeah, I'm still online. Okay, so StreamYard did some weird thing. So there's an antenna right here, 978 and 1090. So that's cool. Okay, so that makes it straightforward. So we'll go ahead and open up the CrewDog Stratux box. Now, I've used the Stratux, which is the kind of the original product, which is, what's the name of that company? I can never remember these companies. Aparo, maybe? I don't know if that's who makes it. Okay, so it's got some little rubber feet there. And then it's also well labeled, 978 and 1090. So screw antennas into the gold ports matching 978 and 1090 labels on base of antenna. Optional external GPS puck connects into the gold port between the antennas. Okay, I don't have that, so there's no gold port between the antennas because I didn't order that version. So the 1090 will go in here. Okay, and then that'll go like that. Oh, that's going to be nice. Because if you set this up, you can mount this on the suction cups, like on your side window. There's kind of where your windshield wraps around on your airplane, so you can mount it there. Or for me, because I'm going in and out a lot of different planes, probably mounting this up on the glare shield, and I can set these antennas so they're kind of out of the way. And I think that'll be great. So we'll put this other antenna in. Let's see. Okay. So now we have a device, and if you put it next to me, you see it's not that big. So here's the size of my hand. It's smaller than the size of my hand. Granted, I have above average hands. Thank you. But so there we go. So we have, that's probably what I would do with it, but we will get there. Okay. And then antenna perform best oriented vertically with the small tips pointed towards the sky. These are the small tips. So, okay. Weather reception only works when airborne, or does it? Yeah, I've been able to pull ADS-B weather on the ground, no problem. But as a rule of thumb, I would say it's only available in the air. Plug the power cable into the port on the side of the unit. Okay. Where's that little power cable? This. Which one, though? Huh. Here's, does it say? Okay. Plug the power cable into the port on the side of the unit. Cycle power on off with the switch and only unplug from the battery to save wear. The top of the unit, fan side, there's the top of the unit with the antennas. Here's the fan. So the top of the unit fan side needs a sky view for the internal GPS to get signal. You can use the included mount suction cups and Velcro strap to mount on a side window with the battery attached or on a glare shield with the rubber feet on the bottom. Okay, that's how I'm going to do it, with the side window with the battery attached or on a glare shield with the rubber feet on the bottom. Also powers from the airplane with a 2A minimum. Place unit outside with an obstructed sky view for 20 minutes before flying. It will remember your GPS position and lock faster afterwards. Oh, interesting. Once your Stratux boots up, enable airplane mode on your tablet, then connect to the Stratux Wi-Fi network. And this is Wi-Fi. That's the other thing with the Garmin unit, was they use Bluetooth. And, you know, Bluetooth is great for like your headphones or something, but I just find Bluetooth is wonky compared to Wi-Fi. Not to say Wi-Fi can't be wonky, but the thing that I was having, one of the many issues I had with the Garmin unit was it was freezing and disconnecting from my tablet and phone, which I had two different Garmin products installed, Garmin Pilot and Garmin's Flight Plan Go is a free app that you can use for your electronic flight book. And for me, it works fine. But their unit, the Garmin unit, was disconnecting constantly. And then you had to reconnect the Bluetooth. Then you had to go in the EFB and find the Garmin unit and resync with that. So it was a 10-step process, and you're looking down trying to do all that while you're flying, and it's totally, and then it disconnects again. And so it was just not right for sure. So okay, so your EFB will communicate with the receiver over Wi-Fi without internet access. You're all set. Okay. So multiple tablets can use the same Stratux receiver. I wonder how many, because that's cool. Because I'd like to have, generally I'd like to have my phone and my tablet both connected. But then if I'm flying with somebody else, they might want to connect their iPad running ForeFlight while I'm running, something else on mine. So, so if you, and, I've been in the backseat passenger and jets and planes using other people's ForeFlight, just following along. Even though I'm not flying, I'm not even sitting in the front of the airplane. So there's times I could have 4 people in the plane, and I might have 2 devices connected, and maybe 2 other people want to be connected. So to troubleshoot, open a browser on your tablet. Okay, we'll get to that. So the thing I don't know yet, I need to look at the power bank, because I don't know which end of this power cord connects to the Stratux. So, and this has another cable, user manual. Okay. So this battery pack, it's a Crew Dog battery pack, and it's got all kinds of attachments. So maybe it doesn't matter. You can probably go either way, I suppose. We'll go big USB here. We'll connect. I can never remember which USB is what. There's a charging cable in there too, I think. Okay, so figure this out. So if we plug the little one in here, okay, we got a red light on already. Ooh. Hard to, there. Take my word for it. There's a red light on there. It's just really hard to see. There, you can see it in there. Okay, we got a red light, and it said to power on, but now we got a red and green light on. Red and green. I don't know what that means, but we will find out. Okay, so we'll find a way to make this a better arrangement, but for starters, okay. So what did it say now? Plug the power cable onto the port on the side of the unit. Cycle power on off with the switch. I don't see a switch. Huh. That's weird. Oh, no. Oh, no, that's the, I think that's the SD card. So it says cycle. Turn it this way so you can see the light. Huh, the camera just doesn't here. If that helps. Well, anyway, the plug the power cable into the port on the side of the unit, cycle power on off with the switch, and only unplug from the battery to save wear. The top of the unit fan side needs a sky view for the internal GPS to get signal. You can use the included mount, suction cups, and Velcro strap to mount on a side window with the battery attached, or on a glare shield with the rubber feet on the bottom. Okay. Okay. One thing is, okay. Let's just suction cups and Velcro strap. Let's do the Velcro strap. I think we can do that right now. And then, let's see. I don't know if I can totally demonstrate, but we'll see what we can do here. Make sure there's no critical part here that I'm covering. Okay. I'll make it a little more pretty, but that holds it together now. So, okay. So it has rubber feet on the bottom of the white section, so it kind of grips the battery pack. So, as hokey as this might seem, it's okay. I'm okay with it for now. Oh, I wonder if this button on the cord, on the power of the cord here, there. I wonder if that must be the power button. So it said to cycle on and off, but okay. So we got a red and a green light. So I don't know what those mean, but what it will do is we will figure out a way here to see if I can display this here somewhere. Yeah, that'll work. So I'm going to set this up here for now. I've got a window here. I'm going to open the blinds, maybe get a little more kind of a, it's going to be a little bit of a washout, but okay. And then, oh, this mount here, I got to figure out what that does. So this mount looks like the suction cups mount into this thing, and then this connects maybe to that whole thing. So interesting. Okay. Now I've known a few people that have had these, and they seem to like them. I always thought like this was a little hokey, but it's really not. Once you know, the size of it is like, just again, compared to me, my head, it's not nearly as big as I thought it was going to be. I thought this thing was going to be like way bigger and more dorky, and it's a little bit dorky, but it's not bad. And I talked to I asked a YouTuber, Quinn Jim is an airline pilot and general aviation pilot on YouTube. Quinn, QUINNJIM, I think is Quinn Jim is a channel. He's been using one for a few years, maybe 3 to 5 years in his Cessnas and stuff like that. And I asked him about it, and he said it's great. He said he sort of alluded to being a little bit dorky looking, but not like the Stratus was much cooler looking or something. But I have a friend that flies with Stratus, and he hides it because he doesn't want people to see it, because he's embarrassed that it doesn't look like a real airplane without built-in ADS-B and stuff. So, the Stratus is about it's about the size of this white piece. I would say there's a button on the side of the battery. I'm not sure what that does, but we still have. Oh, no, that must be the power button. I guess we found that. Okay, right. So right there on the side of the battery is a power button, which is kind of important because, well, this would be facing the pilot. So if you have this on your glare shield and these antennas are up by the window facing the sky, you're going to see this. So So the red light means you're connected to the battery, and the green light means you're powered on, I think. So I'll get into I'll go to the website and read the directions. This is, again, this is a, see, I'm going to set this like this, if it will. That's facing us. Hopefully that'll work. Now, my lighting just went weird. There, it comes back. Okay, so final thing here. Let's go to, let's see. So I have to connect. Stratux is showing up on my Wi-Fi options, connecting. Stratux, checking the quality of your internet connection, not secured, connected without internet. Oh, there it is. No, it keeps trying to connect. Okay, keeps trying to connect to my home internet. Come on now. How do I force it to disconnect? Okay, auto reconnect. Turn that off. Okay. All right. And my other home internet. Oh no. Come on. Come on. My here we go. Auto reconnect off. Okay. Now Stratux. Checking the quality of your internet connection, not secured. Internet may not be available. If you want to connect to this network without internet access, you can connect only this time, or you can set the phone to always connect to it even if internet isn't available. That's what we want. You can change this setting in settings, connections, Wi-Fi, intelligent Wi-Fi, switch to mobile devices. Always connect. There we go. Connected without internet. Okay, so my phone is trying to be super smart and keep me connected to a Wi-Fi router with internet, which is very nice of my phone to do that for me. However, this is that situation where that's not what I want. Okay, so Stratux connected without internet. So you should be able to see that right there. Okay. Stratux connected without internet. Okay, so now we'll go into my flight plan go. Notice unable to download METARs, forecasts, and PyReps. Oh, really? That's because it thinks I'm not connected to the internet. But we have a little surprise for my little thing here. Okay, devices. So you go on your, you go to device, or you go to, what is it, external? Yeah. So you go to external right there. And then you go to, that's great. Go to devices. And then Stratux. Okay. Oops. Why is it simulator now? Oh, yeah, Stratux. Okay. There. So, come on. Oh, come on. There we go. There. Stratux is checked. You got all these other things you can connect to. There's all kinds. Garmin, Stratus 3. That's what this is kind of based off. Avidyne, Dual XGPS 170, 190. Don't know what that is. Dynon. They don't make a portable. Neither does Avidyne that I know of. But you could connect to your panel. Free Flight. Don't know what that is. Pathfinder. Don't know what that is. iLevel SW. Which is interesting because iLevel told me that they don't work on Android. So, but this is showing it. L3 Lynx 4000, L3 Lynx 43211, SkyGuard, Stratux, Ping Buddy is that little guy. He's 275. Only traffic, no weather. And then custom unit. And then you can also connect to X-Plane or FSX or prepared flight simulators, and I use this on my Flight Sim 2020, which is really cool because it lets you practice. Okay, so I don't want to exit. Okay, so we're connected. Okay, so let's go to maps. See if it knows where we are. It knows where I was last time I was flying. That's not where we are. Okay. We'll see. At this moment, let's see. What I could do is, let's see. How did I do that before? Let's take this. We'll set, you won't be able to see it on here, but I'm going to set it over here by my window and just see if then I have a sky view. There. And we'll see if that works. I don't. Huh, weird. On my map, I'm not. Layers. Tax. Y, offline, online. Okay. What I'm trying to figure out is my North America, offline, sectionals. Okay. I'm not seeing my North America overlay. Huh. So I'm not seeing my weather. Oh, ADSB. Refresh. Radar. There's CONUS radar, regional radar, PIREPS. I'm just going to select METARs, TAFs, traffic. Oh, haha. All of a sudden we have I'm showing real traffic. So I am getting the traffic, and they do say you won't receive weather on the ground. So I have received weather on the ground with other, with Stratux and stuff, but I'll play along. So we got Alaska's at 36, 32, 28, Delta at 25. Some other little guy out here at 17. Yeah, look him up. What was this? Just out of curiosity, that little guy he's way up there. Come on. Oh, I'm not on the internet. Here. Okay. Then we'll try to wrap this up because this is I just, when I see an interesting airplane, I have to look it up. Oh, it's okay. Oh, interesting. It's a Piper Meridian, I guess. And it's owned by a company that sells airplanes. That's interesting. They must have just sold it because it's a company back east that I recognize that sells airplanes. But this is a Piper PA 46500 TP, and I'm trying to find the year of the aircraft. None. Huh. Oh, it says airworthiness date on the PT6A is 2001. I don't think Piper was making that. I'm not sure because it could be the other thing it could be is a well, no, it's showing up as a 2001 Piper Meridian. So I didn't think they made them that far back, but oh shoot. What I want to know is where it's going. I'm going to guess somebody in the region here purchased this airplane. So let's go tracker. Oh, blocked. Shoot. Well, anyway. I could look it up on flight radar, but okay, so interesting. Now we'll just see if I've just thought if I gave it a little bit of time, maybe the weather. Now the weird thing is my it's hard to see on here. My it's so hard for my camera to pick up there. You can see the beige in the background. I'm not displaying my sectional, which is weird because they're all downloaded. They're all here. It's just, why is it not showing? That's the only thing I wanted to try to figure out here. Let's see, weather, refresh. Oh, weather. Okay, that might be. The other thing is there is no weather. It's about 90 degrees in late September, blue skies, and okay. I think I am displaying. If we look, I'm trying to think here. If we look at Seattle area, if you can see that. Oh, no. It just keeps disappearing. I am showing TFRs, which is kind of cool. There's a kind of an interesting TFR over at the Bangor submarine base. It's not always a TFR there, which is weird. But there's currently a TFR. Okay, what I'm seeing is, I know what I'm seeing is, okay, I got TFRs. I should put on stadiums because I do run into stadium TFRs. Customs. I don't really care about that so much. Airports. Oh, that clutters up the screen. Let's see, route, edit, METARs, MOS, winds. Oh. Okay, and then weather. I mean, this does say getting the weather below or on the ground is not normal. So okay, but I'm not seeing. I don't know why I'm getting now my. Oh, I put in customs, so now I've got American and Canadian flags. You can see that. Got American and Canadian flags all over the deal. Let's see. How do we get rid of that? Customs. There we go. Okay. Here, state outlines. Okay. Overlay. Offline, but we're connected right now. So right. So we put sectional anyway. And then North America World Satellite Street Topography Shaded Relief. Huh. So I can't figure out why I'm not displaying the sectional. That's always on there. I've never had it not be on here. Sectional. Okay. Click sectional and it's just not there. So oh, come on. Oh, this thing, but it's interesting. So that's something I got to get figured out. Why am I not seeing my sectionals? I've got it all downloaded. So current USA sectionals, current. I have my regional. Everything is green. Yep, everything is green. So that's weird. Weather. Web page not available. Oh. Huh. Okay. We should be getting because we're not getting weather because we're on the ground. I think that's the issue. But I want to figure out says unable. So I go to airports, unable to download METARs, forecasts, and PIREPs because I'm on the ground and it's trying to use this device to do it. It's kind of unfortunate you can't be on both the. It's unfortunate you can't be on both the internet and connected to this at the same time. Because if you're on the ground, let's say you're at an FBO or your home base hangar and stuff, you would be able to get all that. But you should do that before your flight, of course. But what if you just want to check it? But that's getting greedy. Let's see, map. Okay. Okay. So we'll go to map. So I should be seeing sectional Victor Low TAC. The way the terminal air charts or terminal area chart, I guess, is a little weird. The way it displays on here. And it's not displaying. Not displaying right now. Let's see. No. Oh, stadiums. Oh, okay. The stadiums on here, I'll show you. So the stadiums on here display as a. Oh, come on! It keeps reverting. Oh, I was recording somehow. That's interesting. Yeah. So here's like Seattle, and the stadium icon that pops up to show the stadium takes up about all of Seattle for two, and there's multiple stadiums. There's two right next to each other. The baseball and the football for professional Seahawks and Mariners are right next to each other. But the University of Washington is a huge stadium. It's a number of miles north of there. So that's what it. Oh, I see. Actually, I see the Mariners and the Seahawks are overlaid each other. You can kind of see here. They're sort of like two circles on top of each other. It's like an eclipse. And then the other one, which is miles away for the University of Washington, is so it covers over the entire area. So I'm going to turn that off. I was flying the other day when there was a TFR for a stadium. Twice, 2 different days last week that I flew with that. So the only problem here is I'm not getting my sectional. Oh, come on. Stop doing that. This thing. So I'm not getting my sectional. Oh, come on. It keeps reverting. Okay, that's a little bit annoying, but So that's one issue. No ADS-B unit connected. Go to the external tab to connect to an ADS-B unit. Oh, that's part of the problem. I became disconnected. I think I know how I did that. But let's go back in. We'll go to Stratux. Okay, so looks like I'm connected now. Yeah. Yeah, so it tells me I'm Stratux active 7-8 seconds ago. Last ping 1 second ago. Average ping 1 second. Received messages 496, 529, 562. So let's go back to the map again. Okay. See if we can go back here to the map. So I think the initial review here is that this you saw all the parts. There's we got a keychain, we've got a SD card adapter. I'll have to look up on this little mounting deal. If this will, I don't know if this will hold the whole thing together or not. That's kind of the issue. I got to make sure that I don't know how it will. Really, if you look at it, if you look at this. So this thing will connect to the Stratux, but not the battery pack. So I don't know. I'll have to figure out. The other thing I could do, I've made a mount long time ago. I made a mount for a camera to go on the glare shield, and I made it with I cobbled together some stuff from work and some rubber, kind of a rubber mat, kind of a rubber piece, and I still have it. Actually, I can actually see it from here, but it's a thing you could screw your camera into and mount a camera up on the glare shield and make a video. But what I'll probably have to do with this, so it's not flying all around, is I got to figure out a way to attach this. Because the way I'm seeing this right now is it's set up to attach the. Oh, I think I understand. Let me think about that. So this thing would attach. Yeah, this would attach on this side somewhere. You need to keep the fan clear, but also the GPS antenna is in here somewhere, and I don't know where. So I'll have to look at their pictures and see, because in theory, you could attach this on here. The suction cups would go on this part. This would be flat level like that. And there's the fan would go in there. And then maybe the GPS antenna is probably up in here somewhere. So this would mount like that. And then it'd be like that. Let's see where that has the opening for the fan. And then the suction cups would be here, and you'd take this and you'd stick it on up on your window over here. So that might work. Or you'd stick it up in your front window. I don't love that as much, but on a rental plane, I don't really love sticking it to the window at all, because I don't know, it's probably no problem. We'll see how it works. And then if you wanted this up on the glare shield, see, this would have to be up. So it'd have to be up on the glare shield like this. And so I'd have to get something that would stick. Basically, the battery would then stick to the glare shield, this part underneath here, because it would need to be, because this has little rubber feet on it. So if I could even just get some rubber feet, that would mostly help. But you don't want this thing potentially flying around and becoming a projectile while you're flying. Probably not going to happen, but still, you don't want to be messing around with that too much. So, but probably the best way to do would be to stick this thing onto your side window, which would then mount this. This would be the window here. You'd mount this with the suction cups would now make this flush with the cutout for the fan. So that all makes sense now. Okay. So let's say this is your side window, or the wraparound of the windshield, I guess. You would slap this on there. That'd be okay. I think that would work. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to write my name on this in about 42 different places. So if I forget it, then I won't completely lose it, hopefully. Oops, I think I just turned it off. No? I accidentally pushed the button, and that's another thing. So I'll have to think about mount. I could flip this battery around. I could flip the battery around the other way. So this button here is over here by all this stuff. So the power cord here would kind of protect the button if the button were right here. If that'll work, then that might stop me from accidentally pushing it. Oh, I kept hearing a noise. It's the fan. Smells good. Smells like a fresh electronic device. Okay, so this is pretty cool. So now the next step is I'm planning to fly tomorrow if the rain isn't too severe, and then I'll evaluate it, and then I'll do a proper review on it. And at some point I'll probably fly with it and show it in flight and stuff. But I don't really like making in-flight videos. But I'll do some type of a little review of it, maybe a short video or something. But I'll do a proper review of this after I've been able to use it a couple times. I'll probably over the next week I'll be flying a couple times, so we'll try it out. And then kind of the other thing is I got to figure out how I'm going to transport this thing around, because I'll put it in my flight bag, but you got these antennas, that's fine, but I don't really want to risk, damaging them. So we've got to come up with some kind of a little protector for these. I have some side pockets on my flight bag that would hold. Actually, this whole thing would fit in there, I think, just fine. But and I'm going to be doing a review of my flight bag and stuff here, but working on that. But so I like it. It's very simple. $389 versus $1,400 roughly, without all the rebates that I didn't get and everything else. This is a much more reasonably priced item that does what I want it to do. We couldn't demonstrate the weather today, but they specifically do say on their little startup card here that that you won't receive weather on the ground. So I'll take them at their word on that. And that's all I can think of on this. So far, I like it. It's what I expected. It's much smaller and actually lighter weight. And I did look at the weight online when I ordered it, but it looks gargantuous when you see pictures of it stuff. But it's actually, in reality, it's not very big. I have my scanner's back there. I don't know if you can see my scanner. So it's like the unit is smaller than my scanner. The antenna is a little bit taller. So, and I put that in the slide pocket of my, or side pocket of my flight bag. I usually keep my scanner with me when I'm flying. So if I lost comms, I could pull up comms on there, at least be able to hear. So yeah, we'll figure out a way to transport this. And I think it's going to be good. I'll put this on and I'll try it out. And we'll, the other thing I'm going to do is I might go put this outside and see if I can get weather, because I live on a hill. So I'm at, I forget what I'm at, about roughly 1,400 feet. So something like that. So hopefully we'll see if it works. Be kind of cool. Anyway, thanks for tuning in to this episode of part 2. This is an unboxing. It's not really a review, but just unboxing initial impression of the Crew Dog Stratux with an X. Not to be confused with Stratus with an S. Stratus would be all one unit. This has got the goofy battery strapped on kind of thing, but it's okay. If this provides me with ADS-B traffic and weather, mainly traffic, I'll be very happy with it, and that'll be great. So thanks for tuning in this episode of part 2. We'll catch you on the next one. I'll do a review of this after I fly with it a couple times. Catch you on the next one. Thanks for tuning in. Bye. Bye. Oh, bye.